Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's AYCG Gamecast, episode 393. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gast, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
Corey Feinsod.
Yo.
And Tony Korkanakis.
Hello.
What's up, guys? Welcome, listeners. Welcome, viewers, to episode 393 of the Gamecast. It's kind of been a quieter week, I think, this week with stuff. Nintendo had some news, though, which we're going to get into right now, with Infinity War coming out, which, by the way, we have a spoiler cast of, if you didn't know. So go and check that out. But it was kind of a quiet week with games, but we'll talk a little bit about some Nintendo news here and sales. They had a conference meeting, They had a investor meeting, a stockholder meeting, where they actually announced a new president, right?
Yep.
What was his name? What's the new president's name? I can't remember. I'm sorry, I'm putting you on the spot for this. Right now, they announced they also had 17 million in Switch sales of total console sales. That's pretty good. So I thought I'd put that out there while you look up the name of the new president of Nintendo.
Shuntaro Furukawa.
Yeah, who is
he's been with
guy.
Nintendo for a long... Yeah, he's 46, which is a young appointee for CEO, which is a purposeful decision, obviously, because... they wanted somebody that was a bit younger that could connect with the customers and stuff like that. Just, to bridge that gap. Because I think, once you get older, it's like, money and what does the market want and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But he's been with the company for a long time. He speaks fluent English, which is probably really important because, obviously being able to connect to, the big market in America and stuff like that. But, it'll be interesting. He's like, I'm going to help Nintendo do what we do best, while, making our stockholders money, which is his job. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I think that's going to help with hopefully future tech, because we're hopefully getting some news soon for their online service that's launching later this year. And I hope it also includes cloud saves, because I really want them.
Yep,
I really want them.
Need to be there. Yep. I think we'll see a direct probably next week or so.
I hope so. I saw Tropical Freeze is coming out, right? Is it this week?
Yep.
I gotta get that game. That's something I gotta play. I don't want to miss it this time because I heard it was fantastic. So, so they sold 17 million consoles so far of the Switch, which is great. They have the online services coming out. They got the new president. Things are going well with them. I actually read that they are redesigning the Joy-Con controller as well from that defect that they had in a couple of them.
Oh, so,
yeah, the internals.
Couple of them. I'd say most of them.
Yeah, well, it's an antenna issue. They didn't put the antenna in right, so they're redesigning that Joy-Con for future models. But I read that article.
I don't know why you have to redesign it when there's an easy fix. Just fix it. It's such an easy fix. I don't know why.
Yeah, they've been trying with software, and obviously you can only do so much with that. So,
yeah.
But we have other news. We have Sony shipping 79 million PS4s now, doing 19 million last year. It's amazingly impressive for that system.
So since you mentioned that real quick, going back, Nintendo is forecasting for the fiscal year,
that's right, man. Fiscals
2018. Yeah. They're still on the 20 million Switches and 100 million units of software sold.
They sold 68 million of the big three, right, of software for them. Splatoon 2, Breath of the Wild, and Mario.
Yeah, Mario did 10 million. Zelda's at I want to say 8 or 9, depending on if you want to count the Wii U version. Splatoon 2 is at 8, I think.
What was it here? Hang on.
Mario Kart 8 is at 9, I think.
Combined software sales of 16.97 million for the combined software sales. I'm sorry, not just that's including all their big stuff, but that's what they sold. Yeah.
But so the 20 million target seems pretty ambitious, especially since it's been a quieter year. But we definitely have Smash Brothers later this year, and that's going to be their big E3 focus. Kind of like how last year's Mario and the year before that was Zelda. So this year is definitely going to be Smash Brothers, but I'm also expecting at least Pokemon before the end of the fiscal year, maybe not the calendar year.
I don't think it makes it out this year. If they haven't, I think they're going to focus.
No, I know, but fiscal year ends March 31st.
You think it'll be a March game? That may be a March game.
Yeah. If it launches March 1st, 2nd, 3rd, whatever. I can see
early March. Yeah.
Boom, done.
Yeah, I think with Smash Brothers, anyways, that's all I need for them, anyways, for the holiday. So
it's gonna be a big game.
Yeah,
no, I think you need more than that. But...
I mean, I'm not a Smash Brothers. I'm not a huge Smash Brothers fan myself, so it's not something for me. But I know how big that game is. So,
but to hit 20 million, you got to go beyond just the Nintendo fans, which I think are the primary target audience for the Smash Brothers games. So I'm expecting for holiday, it's got to be something else big, like Animal Crossing to expand to like women and younger audience. Pokemon, as aforementioned, or just.
I mean,
something...
it's gonna be the Call of Duty Battle Royale that's on Switch. It's gonna do it.
Can you imagine if there was a Call of Duty Battle Royale exclusive to Nintendo Switch? Like, I think a world would implode.
Mario characters shooting each other.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. So that'll be the focus this year.
No, I mean, that was a rumor though. They're saying that the Call of Duty game is gonna come out on Switch, but it's only gonna be Battle Royale. It's not gonna be anything else.
That's all you need. That's all you need. I like how Epic is downplaying, like, oh, we don't have Fortnite in the works for Switch yet. I'm like, bullshit. You
Dude,
fucking
it's gonna
got
take
your
them like
game
3
running...
months to get that thing out.
Like, you got your game running on fucking all the mobile phones. Like, there's no way you can't get this running on Switch. Like, I don't believe it. But anyway, just sorry to interrupt. So I just wanted to mention that when you're talking about that. Sony's actually only expecting to sell 16 million units. So to them, they're already anticipating that they hit their peak year.
Yeah, coming down.
But,
yeah, they'll still cross 100.
Like, yep, they're definitely crossing 100, barring like, hey, PlayStation 5, like just totally
tank
stealth announced next year.
Sometimes you get a little bit of a boost too from like these other system announcements, because then like the other ones get so much cheaper. Just like, oh,
yeah, they'll cross 100 million. There's no question. And they have some at 16 million though. It's
has it been 5 years now?
Yeah, it's weird to reduce it.
6 or 5 years.
Yeah, they have like so many big releases coming up. It's like weird to reduce the amount of system sales that you had last year down from 19 to 16. They wanted to sell 20, I think, last year.
What
right?
did they? What did they have released
install
last
base
year?
can only get so high.
Yeah, I know. So they're thinking they hit their peak. So what do you have? What are they having this year?
What did they have last year?
Horizon, then smaller games.
Yeah, Horizon was within that year.
Yeah.
They had Gravity Rush 2.
They had some other.
Yakuza.
Yeah.
Yakuza.
Like this year they've got Spider-Man. They've got, God of War, which we'll talk about in a minute more.
They have that Detroit Become Human.
Yeah,
there's a demo on that too. Which
was
is
Gran Turismo last year? Or?
Yeah, it was last year. But it's a sport. That game was so disappointing.
Yeah, it's still playable. But anyway.
I don't know. Maybe they're just shooting under to not disappoint.
Well, they also got Last of Us 2 coming, which will probably sell systems.
I think Nintendo announced they're supporting the 3DS also through 2019.
Which is crazy because
that technology's so old.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I understand it's really cheap.
Move those resources over to the Switch, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't understand. You have a hit on your hand. Why just move? Just do it. But,
well, they had a hit with that too, so
yeah.
I mean, if I was a 3DS owner, I'd be happy.
Sure. Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm a 3DS owner. I want everything on Switch. Fuck the 3DS.
But you're also a Switch owner.
Yeah, I'm also a Switch owner. So
all right. Let's see. We mentioned God of War. There's 5. The God of War director has 5 more games planned. Even though he updated this saying he doesn't see making 5 more games, but he does have 5 more planned.
Yeah, I think this quote was taken out of context for the hits, the clickbaity stuff. Like, obviously, if you're in that kind of like position, you obviously have to like, and kind of referencing our movie cast, it's where you start to have to think about like, okay, I can't just like make this one product. Like, obviously, if it's a mega hit, like, what is the next one going to look like? What is the one after that going to look like? You got to like at least have like not a hard outline, but like just kind of like a tree. It's like, oh, we can do this, or we could do that, and then kind of like, just branches out. So I think that's what he meant. And then whoever was reporting was like, 5 more God of War games. Like, bro, like, calm down.
Well, I mean, he could have said too. He's like, yeah, I could see doing a trilogy, like this trilogy and another trilogy or something, which would be 5 more games.
He's pulling the LeBron James going to Miami right now.
Whatever. I still need to make it through this current God of War, which I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, you don't think you're gonna get through it? Oh,
No. I'm gonna get through it. It's just I didn't have any motivation to play it this week. So.
Oh wow. I had quite the opposite actually, which we're going to get into now.
Okay.
Let's get into what I've been up to.
Oh, I just want to mention one story before we move on because I thought it was freaking hilarious. There is a Harry Potter iPhone game or
I heard about this
mobile game, and it's like an RPG thing with like
free-to-play
and shit. So you get in there and there's a moment where a kid is getting strangled, and it makes you either pay to save him or wait.
What? Oh my
That's fantastic.
Wow. Wait.
Yeah. So you can either like pay to save the kid or just wait and watch him get strangled.
Wow. Oh my God, that's dark. Jesus, how did that get allowed? Is it EA?
I don't know.
Do they have a license to Harry Potter?
I don't know. I don't think so.
But yeah, I just had to
Not
mention
anymore.
because that's fucked up.
No. That is fucked up. All right.
All right.
Let's get into what we've been up to. All right. Mike, what have you been up to? You missed the podcast last week, so.
I know, and nothing really new. Just a little bit of Injustice and a lot more Rocket League again.
No.
Did you beat Assassin's Creed?
No, I stalled completely on it. I think I might be started the end game, but I just stalled.
Finished it at that
completely.
point.
I know. When I have some time where I can play something continually, where I can pay attention to the story, because that's really been it. I've had a half hour here and there, nothing like that. So I might finish that, and then I'll see if I want to play God of War, depending a lot on what you guys say about it tonight.
Well, we're gonna get into it now. So
Do you have it? Or are you just waiting to buy it?
No.
So I'm playing a lot of this game. This is what I've been playing. I actually got to. Well, I'm not. I was behind a little bit more, but I also did some side stuff. I've done a lot of side stuff too, and I've made it to. I don't want to spoil too many things. I'm in a new area. There, that's what we'll say. We'll go with a new area. So I went there, and I actually really, really like the skills leveling up, the trees, the combat. I
Gotta have loot, man.
I actually got into that now that I've gotten to this point in the game. It's actually become a goal for me to get to. I got to level 2 with my character. I'm like, yes, I did it, and it's just been I got so into that, trying to get to that level 2, and I don't know.
Just love your fucking grinding, man. I swear.
Yeah. I got into. I mean, I got to that, and I was like, "This is great." And then I got into more skills, and I always forget when I'm fighting. I even forget I have these abilities. I just fight, and then I use my basic combos right now. Very rarely do I.
I do think it's neat that they turn special moves into actual these things you have to find in the world. It's kind of interesting.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I like I just like the armor, leveling up the armor. I actually got into that massively now, gemming armor and stuff like that. So, but I do. Moving back to the story, the story's okay so far, but I don't see the massive hook on it. You know what I mean? I'm yeah, it's good. It looks beautiful. This game, the music is great too. But I don't see the massive hook on this yet. I mean, the kid can do more. That's cool.
Yeah. To me, this is I don't know, it's one of those things where just based on the other Sony games, it's like I joked, they have the formula. It's I can already kind of assume what the ending is going to be, about-ish, not exact, but this kind of thing is going to happen, and these are the emotions, the blah blah blah. I'll be very surprised if it's not like that. I'll own up to that, but that's kind of what's keeping me from playing the game more, because I'm the combat. I don't have enough of the skills or whatever, I guess, to make it interesting, where I'm just mash, shield block when necessary. And I'm just okay, I just need more from the game right now, and it's just not giving it to me.
I think for me, the combat is what's making it interesting.
I think so. I agree with this now. I'm getting into that technical aspect of it, because there's only so much you can do with throwing an axe, because now I get to the enemies that you can't do that with. So you're okay, I have to change up my strategy now. So,
yeah, no, I think every encounter you have to approach it strategically, and you can change up your equipment a little bit to maybe suit what the scenario calls for as well, which is interesting. So yeah, all that plays into the combat feeling fresh. So
how far
the combat.
How far in are you guys now?
I'm probably around where you are.
Yeah, we're
thing
almost
that
in the same spot.
kept me up is not kept me up, but held me up a little bit was I had to make sure I got every single one of those locked chests, and there was one of them that just
I gave up
fucked
on
me
one.
over.
Yep,
I
gave up on one. I was no, I'm not getting this. I left
It took me forever to get it.
It was a timing thing, and I just.
It was a timing one.
Oh, yep. Okay, same one.
Running back and forth, you're fuck this.
I gave up.
Are you talking about the bell one or something else?
Yeah, the bell one.
It's a bell one. Yeah. There's a few bells ones.
But this one was...
Oh god, this is the first bell one. I was do I have to hit this in order? It's just kind of annoying.
I got the one
I
after
like
that.
puzzles, but this just felt I don't know. It feels so obtuse. I'm just
it's you have to time everything perfectly, and you have to find the specific route to take to get it.
That's right.
So it's
I couldn't figure that out. I was to hell with it. I'm done.
Yeah. So. No, I was I spent probably a good 40 minutes to get it. I can't leave it there. I have to get.
I did side
it
quests.
ruins the pacing. I feel
Did you guys do any other side stuff at the lake?
I did nothing.
No.
Oh, okay. I did some stuff, and I guess that helps me out later. But there's some cool stuff I did there. So fought some pretty cool meat monsters.
The dwarves give you
yeah
quests and stuff.
Oh yeah. I did some stuff with them and fought a really cool monster, and it was pretty awesome.
So the question is, do you think I would like this game?
Yeah, I think you would actually. I think you would because the combat's interesting enough to really get you into it. I think. But you have to get past like the first 4 hours of the game.
No, Mike, you don't like medieval, like you don't like that fantasy stuff.
He plays Assassin's Creed.
We just admitted he's not even like hooked on the.
But he loved Assassin's Creed. He's just not like into this one.
I don't think you're gonna like it, but.
Well, if I finish it soon enough, I mean, I can let you borrow it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be playing more time this weekend on it and stuff. So, I'll get through it. It's like 20 to 30 hours depending on what you do. So,
it seems like it's a meaty game though, which is nice.
I'm liking it still. So, Tony, you might be stalling.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna finish it. It's just I'm not hooked on it. Like, I'm not like, oh, I can play an hour of God of War. I'm just like, I can only play like an hour of God of War. Is that gonna like? Am I just gonna be annoyed? Like, am I gonna get stuck on like one part?
No, I do agree though. Like, the story isn't driving me forward as much as just having fun with the combat. And I think the kit is actually a really cool tool as a combat mechanic.
Yeah, absolutely. No. Like, I actually do think the kid is more interesting than I thought he'd be. Like, I thought he'd just be kind of like I don't know, like an Ellie, which not like Ellie was bad, but like I just felt like she'd be like.
Oh, yeah, you had no control over what she really did.
Yeah.
Like, here, you're like using him strategically.
Right, exactly. So that's cool. It's just like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not finding the harder enemies yet. Where I'm just like, I get the strategy thing with like the first boss and maybe like the second boss, but like ever since then I'm just like, okay, I got it now. I know how to lock on between different characters. I'm just like, whatever, bash, activate, Spartan Rage mode, kill that dude, like whatever. It's like nothing has challenged me since then. So I don't know. Maybe I'm too soon still. We'll see. And to me, I don't know, like I'm of the because I played the older ones, the whole like armor and like gem. I'm just like, I don't want to deal with this bullshit. Like it's not.
Well, I like that they added that too.
Yeah. See, I know you guys. You guys fucking love this grindy ass bullshit. I'm just like, I don't want this in my game. Like I don't want this in my game. Like get rid of it.
It's funny because in a lot of ways, like just hearing that, it kind of reminds me of this Assassin's Creed a little bit. Like you have to grind a little bit to like. Because this is more RPG, this Assassin's Creed, and there is like you do need to get like better armor, and you need to level up stuff and then upgrade it later. It's a lot more of that.
People love their loot.
Yeah, they do.
Not me. I just want to kill things.
I mean, that's again, it depends on the games. Like I can understand. Like for me, and last week we were talking about, I wanted more God of War from this God of War game, like just over the top action shit. But then like as you go out and explore, like I'm enjoying this leveling up and finding loot.
I got hooked on that. I got hooked on that.
And and actually like changing up the skills, the runes and stuff like to meet my needs and things like that.
Yep.
There is a move. Just so to talk on the controls a little bit. I haven't gone back. I haven't gone to the classic because I do need to use my weapon and control my view on some of the skills I have because you can't do it if you're using triangle.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm sticking with the new one. I'm not going classic control on this without a doubt. I'm sticking with it. So I like the auto lock on anyways. So, all right. Wow, I think that's it. That's it for the podcast actually. So Mike, I think.
No. I did play. I beat Celeste.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I played that. That is a really good game for platformer fans. It's hard, not impossibly hard. But they have the game built-in options to get you through anything. If you get stuck on it. But like that game was really cool. Story is very minimal, but like what is there is actually kind of emotional, I guess. In terms of like a topic it's trying to brush upon. It doesn't like flat out beat you over the head with it, but it kind of like just touches upon some stuff where you're like, oh, okay, like I see. Like this is like a theme here. All right, interesting, but. That game is fantastic. I would highly recommend it at some point this year. I think it's $20, but on sale for like 10 or something. I could.
Yeah. No, I definitely would like to check it out at some point. I think that the guy that made it, who did Towerfall, did a great job with that game, and just the art style works for his stuff. And like obviously platformers, it fills a need or niche that works really well on Switch.
Yeah.
And speaking of Switch playing stuff, I also played more Xenoblade.
Nice.
I'm almost 50 hours in now.
Oh,
Nice.
I'm at chapter 7.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
All right.
still digging it. Like again, that grind, man. I love that grind.
See, that's fine. Like RPG, yeah, give it to me. Like I love it. Like Diablo, like Borderlands, I love it. Give it to me. But like action game, like if they did this for like Bayonetta or Devil May Cry, I'd be like, get this fucking shit out of me.
I don't know. I was looking for
Bayonetta-
something that's not God of War, and that's not God of War, so I'm happy.
Yeah, I understand.
How much you want to bet Bayonetta 3 has loot?
No.
Oh, we'll see.
No.
We'll
Nope.
see.
Nope. No, I don't think Kami is about that life. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Like
We'll see.
after you have the same thing going on 2 games, like maybe switch it up a little bit.
Like randomized loot.
Wait, switch it up?
Is that what you're talking about? Randomized loot?
Well, I don't necessarily think it's that random in God of War, but
Yeah, I don't think so either. So.
I think you do get I do think you get you're gonna get level ups and you not necessarily loot drops, but like loot that you level up your stuff. I do think that's gonna be the case.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
That I could see. Not
And
like
choices too. Like you're gonna have choices as far as what you want to level up and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A skill tree, let's say.
Oh, I don't.
Ugh.
It's already giving me like nightmares.
Anxiety.
Yeah, anxiety.
All right.
Oh, we'll see.
We'll see.
It's coming at least. You're getting it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Hopefully
right.
not for your sake then.
All right, that's going to wrap up the Gamecast episode 393. Write us podcast at allycangeek.net. Follow us on Twitter, allycangeek. Like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Tune in next week, and also tune into the spoiler cast of Infinity War and the movie cast. Thanks a lot, and see you next week.